Hello, 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 hello. Am I live? Am I live? Am I live? Am I live? Who's alive? Um, I should have a page open, right? Yeah, maybe. Is it on videos? Oh, there it is. I don't know why YouTube does it. It buries actual stream. All right. Hello. Hello. This is a live stream. How you doing? Hello. You are supposed to say hello back. You're supposed to type that in. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello. Anybody? There's 18 people watching. Can anybody hear me? I'm gonna do I'm gonna do Bieber friggin' videos and get some younger people in here who know how to do a live stream. Oh, hello. There we go. How you doing, Texas Lily? Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So let's get right into the news. This is all breaking up to the minute news stuff. Breaking news. All right. There we go. Hello. Where are you from? Up to the minute stuff. This is all breaking news. I literally just got all of these stories. So let's take a look here. The not the top story. The first story. Chris Matthews is out at MSNBC. Chris Matthews, if you don't know, he runs Hardball on MSNBC. I guess he was on NBC for 20 some odd years. Something crazy from 94, something like that. So, what happened? He resigned effective immediately. Okay, so Chris Matthews, the veteran political anchor and voluble host of the long-running MSNBC talk show Hardball, resigned. This is way too fast. This is way too fast. So there we go. Fix that. Resigned on Monday night. It is still Monday night, so he just resigned. An abrupt departure from a television perch that made him a fixture of politics and the news media over the past quarter century. That means 25 years. Mr. Matthews, 74. I had no idea he was 74. I would have placed him at 50 something. Maybe, right? I guess making a cool couple of $1 million a year will get you the best food and the best health care that you possibly can get, right? This is what you all have to keep in mind, that everybody that you see on TV, all these news people at the really big stations, they're all making a cool anywhere from 1 million to 11 million, something like that, a year. So all of these people who come on and cry on the TV and woe is me, it's so terrible. Cool, 1 million. I just thought I'd throw that in there. That's not in the news, but that's I just wanted to just wanted to just put everything into perspective. My thing is to make sure everybody is in perspective. Okay, so Mr. Matthews, 74, had faced mounting criticism. This is called cancel culture. A mounting criticism in recent days over a spate of embarrassing on-air moments. So, 25 years, a couple of statements that he made over the past couple of days. Oh, let me put that into perspective. 25 years, a couple of statements made in the past couple of days. You didn't hear me. 25 years versus a couple of statements made in the past couple of days. What could he have possibly said in the past couple of days that was so egregious that it erased 25 years and probably like $25 million, maybe $50 million. Say that erased 25 years. This is how weird and how crazy. And I don't even like Chris Matthews, for the record. There is nothing that a human could say in 2 days, in a couple of sentences, that could erase 25 years of hard-hitting political analysis, political interviews, historic and legendary interviews with historic and legendary and infamous people. Nothing. He could say, I wear women's underwear, and that wouldn't, not in any real world, right? With the head screwed on tightly. Nothing. Right? And like I said, I am not a fan of Chris Matthews. In fact, I don't watch, have never watched Chris Matthews. I've seen little clips and bits where he was in the clip in the bit, because I wanted to see the person that was in the clip, not Chris Matthews. But okay, including a comparison of Senator Bernie Sanders' campaign to the German people back in WW2 marching into France, and an interview with Senator Elizabeth Warren in which the anchor was criticized for a condescending and disbelieving tone. To Elizabeth Warren? A disbelieving tone? A condescending tone? To Elizabeth Warren? There's a guy who sits in the White House who does it every day. On the hour, every hour. He even has a nickname for her. And it's pretty condescending. Pretty condescending and pretty disbelieving of anything that she says. So how is it possible that this was even on the radar of anybody who cared about Chris Matthews? Oh, by the way, I have some other breaking news concerning Elizabeth Warren in the report, so don't go away. On Saturday, the journalist Laura Bassett wrote for GQ magazine. Laura, I'm going to go out on a limb and say she's a woman. I don't know. Laura Bassett wrote for GQ magazine online that Mr. Matthews had made inappropriate comments about her appearance in the makeup room of his studio on several occasions when she was a guest on the program. Comments about her appearance. I can't show it because I don't want to be sued. But he came out in his resignation a few hours ago and said, I complimented her looks. But we live in this time now where the entire whatever is broken. He's 74 years. Did I mention he's 74 years old? one thing about men that you women don't know is after the age of 18, the induction of testosterone into the biological being that is known as a man goes down. After 50, that junk just drops all the way down here, right? So he might look like a man, he might talk like a man, he might smell like a man, he might even act like a man. But as far as that's concerned, he's not. He's half the man that he used to be. He's 74, ladies and gentlemen. He's not 24. 24, he might give you a run for your money. At 74, he's complimenting you to be nice. He's complimenting you just to be nice. At 74, he's not doing nothing. But he doesn't work. He doesn't. What do the black people say? He ain't studying about you. Not at 74. But he must have done something that warranted this woman to write about him making inappropriate statements in the guest room. On Monday, a solemn Mr. Matthews began his usual 7 p.m. broadcast by announcing to his viewers, "I'm retiring. This is the last hardball. Bah." In a brief monologue, he said that he had agreed to step down after conversations with network executives, adding that his exit isn't for a lack of interest in politics. He also acknowledged giving compliments on a woman's appearance that some men, including me, might have once incorrectly thought were okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in idiocracy. In other news, women's groups are calling for the complete separation of female businesses. As an ally to feminism and an ally to all feminists, I applaud you 100%. All female companies, you got the thumbs up from me. All female cities, you got the thumbs up from me. All female businesses, you got my sincere congratulations. Don't ask me for money, though. Don't ask the taxpayers to fund it, though. You want all female companies? You want all female cities? All female spaces? All female train cars? That's A-okay. Don't ask taxpayers to fund not a red cent. Not 1 red cent. Oh, wow. That flashes the right. Like the lives, chat, maybe money, chat soon. What happened now? What? Sway, like the lives, chat, maybe money, chat soon. So, the female lobbyists are calling for all female businesses. And when I say lobby, I mean at all levels of government, that is local, state, and federal. I, as an ally to all feminists, I completely agree. 100%. Don't ask for taxpayers to fund it, though, because there has been never a man who said, "We want an almond company, please give us taxpayer money." A bustering hub of money and activity, because we're coming it down. Anyway, this goes on and on and on and on. So, briefly, what happened? TLDR, what happened? TLDR, Chris Matthews said something to Elizabeth Warren, and all of the womans got upset. That's what all of this is about. And then cancel culture canceled him within 2 days. Millions of dollars a year, canceled him within 2 days. And then some woman came out the woodworks and said, he said inappropriate things to me. He literally said, you have a nice dress on. You look nice in your makeup. Somebody get my walker. I'm gotta go. Get my walker. I'm gonna go over here. Chick, he's 74 years old. He ain't stutting about you, okay? Carry on. Don't nobody believe you. Nobody thinks you thought he was a threat. You're like 30 years old. If he ever thought about chasing you, literally, you could outrun him and you're a woman. So this is what all of this is about. Okay, so let's take a look at chat here. Okay, let's take a look at chat. Hello. Melbourne, Florida, checking in. All right. No big loss here. Hopefully this is his return. All that will be a win back in line TV. Good Lord. That has been an entire career. He must have really ticked somebody off. Someone on the left. Of course it's somebody on the left. Ain't nobody on the right stutting about him. Am I saying that right? I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Something to do. What is this? Like General Petraeus, General now. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. You're right. OG Balls Gal, you're absolutely right. That's exactly what he's talking about. But they trash Trump. They want us to know they have lost their minds. Yes, they have. Older than dirt. That's right. I did not know the guy was 74. I had no idea. I mean, I guess you don't have to retire in your 60s, but I was thinking he was 50 something, but not 74. What is he doing? What is he doing? Why does he need all that money? He doesn't need money. He's a multi-millionaire. And he's crying all the way to his mansion. Have you ever watched that TV show, Psych? And they have the white guy and the black guy and they're together. And so the guy, he always plays he's a good looking white guy with black hair, big thick black eyebrows. He's used to be a model, and he always plays these like either he's the smart guy or he's the not quite the bad guy. And this is what he was playing such on Psych. He was a multimillionaire on Psych, and he goes, I don't actually have the credentials to be a what do you call it? The person who tracks down the serial killer or whatever and gets into the brain. The person who does the profile of a serial killer, right? So he said, if I lose my job, it would just so be depressing. And the black guy inside goes, yeah, you'll cry all the way to your mansion, right? So yeah, Chris Matthews is going to cry all the way to his Chappaquiddick, or what is it in New England, the place where all the rich people go. What? From this live stream, the Organic Veal Radio. Brother Shakaama salute. Hello, how you doing? Rasta's Realities. Thank you for the $20. I won't see that for a month. If you actually do the PayPal thing, I'll see it immediately. And YouTube takes half of the $20 anyway, so I won't see it for the month, and YouTube will take half. And literally, somebody gave me $20 last stream, and I got $7 of it as part. No, $6 of it, and then it'll go through my PayPal, and they'll take a deduction too. So I'll see like $5. I like to see an all-female built building or house. We've already seen that, right? His ratings were in the tank. MSNBC's ratings are in the tank, so that's almost nothing to even comment on. Okay, next topic. Next topic. I'm sure you've seen it. That's where I have Pete Buttigieg and Amy Klobuchar. Amy Klobuchar, Pete Buttigieg rally behind Joe Biden on eve of crucial Super Tuesday. Before I get into the story, let me give you a timeline. No, this is no. Go. You can't be over here. You'll destroy the computer and everything. Where's my thing? Yeah, here's the impenetrable wall. You can't cross the wall. There we go. You're on that side of the wall. I'm building a wall. Okay, so you had the initial 20 candidates on the Democratic presidential side. For the most part, let's see here. For the most part, I'm sorry, I'm trying to do all sorts of crazy stuff here. For the most part, what's going on? YouTube is so set on you. They're so crazy. Oh my god. $41 people watching me. What's going on here? Okay, so let me give you a timeline. So you have the 20 presidential candidates, right? Democratic presidential candidates, right? None of them, as far as all political pundits, analysis of each candidate's profile and looked at their chances of actually defeating President Trump, they all came up with zeros. All of them. Every single one of them. Enter late into the game Joe Biden. Joe Biden, Vice President Joe Biden, late into the game. To give you a brief thing, because people have forgot. Joe Biden entered really late into the game. Still, the political pundits and the political analysts said not even Joe Biden can defeat President Trump. Especially since Obama very blatantly is not endorsing Joe Biden. And I have a story just for that. I guess I'll get to that after I do this, the final story. Joe Biden, 0. Enter Mike Bloomberg. Even further late into the game because they asked him to get into the game because he hinted at that he possibly could run for president if he was convinced. Let me first tell you who Mayor Mike Bloomberg actually is. He was a Democrat. Then he was a Republican. Then he was an independent. Then he went back to Democrat. Now he's at Democrat, right? This is what we have. This is who we have, and he's supposedly the people aren't saying it. The establishment media is not getting behind him, but this is why he entered. He's supposed to be the answer. And for whatever reason, they have not gotten behind him. He's a billionaire. He's opposed to Trump. He doesn't like Trump on a personal level, which is really why everybody believes that he got into the race. And he could be the opposite of Trump, eve of crucial Super Tuesday contest. Senator Amy Klobuchar and Pete Buttigieg gave him their endorsement Monday after ending their own White House bids. Before I get into this story, let me tell you who Pete Buttigieg actually is. He's a Rhodes Scholar, and what happened? What happened? What are you doing? Is everybody still there? Hello? Is everybody still here? What is going on? Maybe I should remove most of this stuff. How about that? Okay, and we're back. There we go. All right. Pete Buttigieg is a Rhodes Scholar, and he's heavily entrenched in the intelligence community. He got an endorsement from several intelligence agencies. So he was never a political candidate because all of the poor, underserved community, that's how we're going to say it. Poor, underserved community. Poor, underserved community. Poor, underserved community. Poor, underserved. Y'all know who? Y'all understand who? Poor, underserved community. Poor, underserved community. I'm so far up the streaming, so. What is going on? YouTube is doing this. What is going on? Let's take that out. Take this off. How about we just not? How about we just not do this at all? I'm sorry, YouTube is flashing in my face saying you're not live, you're not live, you're not live, you're not live. You're not live, you're not live. I'm sorry for these hiccups. I'm going to definitely get through all of the things, and I'm gonna get to the okay, and now we're back. I'm sorry, we're having technical difficulties. I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. So we're just gonna. Here we go. Where was I? Right. You got who I'm talking about. Okay. Yeah. Madam Hillary came out against Tulsi Gabbard, so you know how that panned out. Anyway, Pete Buttigieg was never really a contender. I have a conspiracy theory that perhaps Amy Klobuchar, Pete Buttigieg, Kamala Harris, what's the other guy? Corey's going to pick to go against Bernie Sanders. Why Bernie Sanders declare himself a Democratic Party candidate? First of all, he's independent. That's his designation in Congress. Independent. He's not a Democrat, and he is a out and open declared a socialist, right? So why they allow him to run in their race, I have no idea. I don't know how that even. Right. So they're okay. So fresh off a huge win in South Carolina, Biden seeks to position himself as the most viable alternative to Senator Bernie Sanders. Look how they are writing this. That he is the most viable alternative to Senator Bernie Sanders. Not he's the most viable candidate for president of the United States. I just want to point, and if any of y'all were confused, I like to put stuff into context because this is how they're writing. They're not writing to say Vice President Biden is running for a progressive agenda that includes Medicare for all proposal and a plan to erase student debt. Student debt, which is 70% female and I think it's something like 90% white. But they and I only bring that up because that's what they talk about all the time. You're not a minority if you're a part of the majority. You're not a minority if you're a part of the majority. You're not a minority if you are in a major group that is a part of a major group. You can't square that circle. Sorry. You know why black women jump on board with that? I have no idea. I'm not even. I don't understand that one. What are y'all saying? What are y'all saying over here? Bernie had to register as a Dem to get on the ballot in all 50 states. So Bernie going full blown. That's what's going to happen. Buttigieg and Klobuchar each flew to Dallas on Monday to support Biden at a rally planned for the eve of Super Tuesday. At stake in Texas are 228 delegates, the third most delegates available in the Democratic nominating contest. So let me put that into perspective. To win the Democratic nomination, you got to get all of the delegates from each individual state. Texas, California, New York, Florida, right? Am I saying this correctly? So they had to make a decision, and if you saw the clips from all of the mainstream media, they were saying you have to make a decision before Super Tuesday. You have to make a decision before Super Tuesday. So here we go. What's her name is not going to bow out. No matter that she was 7% in one of the votes already. And although you can project. Now, Buttigieg has millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars in this campaign. Donated by the intelligence community. And he's got millions and millions of other backers. So he didn't run out of money. What's his name? Tokugawa? What's his name? Yang ran out of money. Who else? What's his name? What's his name didn't run out of money, but he just closed shop anyway because he knew he was throwing money down the drain. Steyer, he shut down too. And I guess they told him to shut down because he's gonna win and nobody likes seeing into. But Democrats are not really into this whole racial equality thing. I know they talk a good game, but they're not actually into this whole racial equality stuff. So he's out. Tom Steyer, he's out. So they had to make a decision before Tuesday. And I keep thinking of the Trump nickname for her, Elizabeth Warren. Not dropping out. All right? Okay, so let's continue on. So the third most delegates available in a Democratic nominating contest. On Tuesday, 14 states will determine 1/3 of the pledged delegates, 1,344 out of the 1,991 needed to win the nomination to challenge President Donald Trump in November. Sanders has led polling averages on the biggest prize of California. 415 delegates are up for grabs. The Vermont senator, who held the most delegates heading into Tuesday, tweeted Monday that he doesn't believe, quote, we will defeat Donald Trump with a candidate like Joe Biden, who supported the Iraq, right? But many moderate Democrats and establishment party figures feared that if Sanders, a Democratic socialist, won the nomination, he wouldn't be able to attract the broad coalition the party needs to beat President Trump. Biden has criticized Sanders' plans, such as Medicare for All and erasing student debt, as too costly. I don't believe any sort of Democrat would ever say anything is too costly, because we have Senator Warren, we have Senator. Actually, they all were in favor of Medicare for All, so I don't understand this whole all of a sudden, oh, Medicare for All is too costly. They have said that's what they're going to do, and they're going to pay out this, and they're going to excuse student loans, and they want to pay out this. Warren has plans even further than, as far as cost is concerned, even further than Senator Sanders. Another wild card in the form of New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg will begin appearing on the ballot Tuesday after spending $539 million through Thursday to blanket the country with advertising. Michael Bloomberg, I wholeheartedly accept any and all advertisement that you want to shower me, especially right now, going through these hard times that I'm going through right now. To combat Sanders' grassroots campaign and Bloomberg's advertising, Biden spent Monday collecting high-profile endorsements, including former Senator Majority Leader Harry Reid of Nevada. I know Harry Reid. My family worked for Harry Reid directly. And when I said, why don't you get me into the Harry Reid's office? They say, my family said, we know what you're all about. You can't fool us. You ain't all of a sudden a Democrat. We're not going to put you in Harry Reid's office. You're going to destroy Harry Reid. And I said, me? How could little old me do a thing like that? So anyway, Klobuchar pitched herself as a moderate with a Midwestern appeal and the political grit. She enjoyed a boomlet after the New Hampshire primary. I didn't know if that word. Well, anyway, where a surprise third place finish gave her a needed fundraising boost and fresh political momentum. Klobuchar said the New Hampshire results showed she could beat expectations and build a broad coalition. Quote, I defied expectations and I won in third place. And I have done it over and over again in the reddest of red districts and the bluest of blue districts, she told New Hampshire. But Klobuchar seemed to evaporate as quickly as it emerged. She garnered only 3% of the vote in Saturday's South Carolina primary. Buttigieg, a former Navy intelligence officer who served in Afghanistan. Well, thank you for your service there, Buttigieg. Was one of the few military veterans in the race. He also offered academic credentials as a Rhodes Scholar with degrees from Harvard University and University of Oxford, who speaks multiple languages. I'm not impressed. I speak multiple languages. And I was supposed to go to Oxford too, but when your family is all into Jesus, says that they don't want you to go to Oxford. Anyway, we won't get into that. He inspired unity and inclusiveness as an openly gay candidate. But after winning the Iowa caucus, he found it difficult to gain traction with young voters and placed a disappointing fourth Saturday in South Carolina, especially when the black people came out and says, actually, yeah, you know what, he's been trouncing us from day one. He's not inclusive. Just because he say he likes men doesn't mean he's inclusive of anything else. He's still white. Okay. Klobuchar invested most of her time and money in Iowa, where she finished in 5th place, and New Hampshire, where she snagged nearly 20% of the vote. That is impressive, though. But just a few days after New Hampshire primary, Klobuchar stumbled during the interview with Telemundo when asked if she could name the president of Mexico. No, she responded in the laps that came back. Klobuchar is something like 62 or something like that. She's no spring chicken. Oh, she's 59. Right? I was off by a couple of years. So these people are asking these people who are pushing retirement age. I'm surrounded by retirement level people here. So talking to them is it is an exercise in something. So we're gonna see if Joe Biden is really gonna make the grade. Why is they doing that anyway? All right. Dun 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 dun. No, I get nothing. Now we have what you've all been waiting for. Before I begin this, let me say that in this last fiasco that they did with the president, with the Congress and the Senate, trying to impeach the president, the president let it slip. Well, not let it slip, but the whole thing that they didn't want to talk about, that they were talking about the president who has very few powers. Very few powers. For the president to ask one of the most corrupt nations on the planet, with a newly elected president who got elected by saying he was going to unravel the corruption in his government, and the president of the United States saying, more power to you, go ahead And can we get a final answer on what happened with then Vice President Joe Biden? For all political pundits out there, Joe Biden has absolutely no chance of winning the election. I don't know if he's going to get the nomination. He has no chance of winning the election. So, do you not think that the President of the United States, who wakes up to a poll, has breakfast to a poll, walks down the hall to a poll, goes into a meeting to come out to a poll, I don't think you all understand just how poll heavy Washington is. He said it many times. Obama said it many times. He would say, "Hey, seeing the results of this latest poll 2 minutes ago." Now, I'm saying that to say somebody's going to do an analysis on Joe Biden. Is Joe Biden an actual, real competition to the president? And the answer is flat out no. Not even a possibility. And then we get to the point of, why didn't former President Obama endorse his own vice president? Let me also point out that Biden was told not to run against Hillary in 2016, right? So he was told, right? And I believe they sent him a message, if you all are keeping tabs on actual history that was going on. So when they actually started looking into the investigation, I have information that says that the players in that whole thing weren't just Vice President Joe Biden and his son and his brother. It was almost everybody that you saw on TV yelling and screaming about the president. All of them directly involved in it. All of them. All the way to the top of the last administration. Does that include Hillary Clinton? That includes Hillary Clinton. So let's get on to it. A federal judge orders Hillary Clinton deposed over her emails. A federal judge has ordered former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton to sit for a sworn deposition for the first time in connection with her use of private email account during her State Department tenure. U.S. District Court Royce Lamberth issued the order Monday in connection with a 5.5-year Freedom of Information Act lawsuit the conservative group Judicial Watch filed seeking emails related to the deadly 2012 attack on U.S. facility in Benghazi, Libya. Right? Clinton was previously required to submit a sworn written statement about her email use, but the deposition, if it takes place, would be the first time she had to submit to live questioning under oath on the subject. The source of what I'm reading now is Politico. It's not Fox News. It's not. Is there another conservative, pretend conservative channel? I'm telling you, Fox News is not conservative. As a person who actually pays attention, if you're a business person, you know that Fox News is not conservative. You have some conservative talking heads who speaks to the right, but the only thing that they're doing is simply trying to corner the market on the right, right? So anybody who is right of center, that's who they're trying to get. So they're trying to get advertising dollars from those people. They have to be served. I don't know why YouTube doesn't serve both political branches or all political branches, but for whatever reason, Silicon Valley has thought it's okay to just throw away half of the For the record, I am not conservative. I'm not a Republican. I'm not even a remotely pro-Republican. I didn't vote for Trump. I have never voted. I have never ever voted for Republican. I did vote for what's his name once, Obama. But I did it out of I'm gonna do a historic thing. Come to find out, it wasn't historic. We've had 5 black presidents. Is that including Obama? No, actually, we've had 5 black presidents before Obama. If you consider Obama to be black, we have had 5 black presidents. If I ran for president, we would have the first actual black president. I do not consider, although a lot of people do, Obama to be black, right? And a lot of people during his reign, administration, said that he's half white, so we don't consider him black. Okay, all right. If that's the case, then if I ran and won president of the United States, I would be the first black president. But if you consider Obama black, we have had 5 former black presidents. But nobody wants to talk about that because that wasn't a thing to be back in the day. So you had to do stuff like to, and the black people will know this word, pass. So we had 5 passing black presidents. Passing meaning pass for white. So we had 5 presidents who were by definition black, but they passed for white. There we go. Are we still? No, there we go. Well, this isn't Trump, so this is in federal court. This is in district court. Clinton was previously required to submit a sworn written statement, but this will be the first time that she has to actually sit for live questioning under oath. We just had somebody go to Congress and sit, but apparently they weren't under oath. What is going on? Why is it saying what's there's nothing running now? There's absolutely nothing running on this computer. Let's take a look here. Of course, YouTube is shutting down. What? What is going on? And we're back. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, so during her 4 years in the President Barack Obama's cabinet, Clinton relied on a private email account and server for both her work-related and personal messages. The practice led to a storm of controversy that roiled her 2016 presidential bid, and it is widely viewed as contributing to her ultimate defeat by President Trump. And let me say, it wasn't just the fact that she had a private email server. It wasn't the fact that she had actual work-related emails on the private server. It was what was in the actual emails that made the FBI director come out and say, oh, by the way, we are reopening the investigation into Secretary Hillary Clinton because of what was in the emails. Supposedly, Obama himself had a private server too. Supposedly, a bunch of other people in Washington have the people in government who actually are in government have absolutely no idea about the cybersecurity. The government is like 10 years behind just on cybersecurity alone. I looked into that, and there were actual cybersecurity experts were laughing when they were reviewing all of the stuff about Secretary Clinton. Quote, to argue that the court now has enough information to determine whether state conducted an adequate search is preposterous, wrote Lamberth, who has tangled with Clinton aides for decades in a series of cases. The judge, an appointee of President Ronald Reagan, said that the fact that more Clinton emails continue to dribble out from the State Department raises questions about the thoroughness of the government's earlier actions to recover Clinton's emails. And President Trump did reveal, he says, you have the 30,000 emails that were deleted, but we have other 6,000 other emails that they're talked about. We have also, they keep saying, we got 50,000 more, we got 100,000 more, we got, the list keeps growing and growing and growing of what is actually there. Quote, even years after the FBI investigation, the slow trickle of new emails has yet to be explained, Lamberth wrote. He blasted Clinton's prior answers given a response to another judge's order as incomplete, unhelpful, or cursory at best. So this is a Freedom of Information request. The government, although they're supposed to release that under the Freedom of Information Act, routinely denies it. Routinely says these dates. And routinely, not only do they not release it, but even when they do release it, it's still all redacted. Although people are out of office, the conflict is completely over, so forth and so on, right? There's nobody live in the field or active that the information can actually affect, and they still send redacted stuff. So this is okay. If anyone when did she realize state was giving no records response to FOIA requests for her emails? If so, did she suspect that she had an obligation to disclose the existence of her private server to those at state handling the FOIA request? And why did she think that using a private server to conduct State Department business was permissible under the law in the first place, which it clearly states, no, you're not supposed to do that. Even the stuff that is secret. Secret is the first step, then it goes to top secret, then it goes to something like for your eyes only, and then it goes to the highest, with that only the president and his cabinet members can see. In addition to ordering Clinton's deposition, Lamberth said he'll require Clinton's former chief of staff, Cheryl Mills, to be deposed as well, although she was already questioned in person and under oath by Judicial Watch about the issue in another FOIA case. The judge also approved a subpoena to Google for any Clinton emails it may possess. Secure doors for my house. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. But I'm being serious. I'm being absolutely serious. This is the first time that they're actually going to have live under oath questioning of Clinton directly about the emails. She had on there not just secret, not just top secret, but she had the for your eyes only and the presidential level of secret stuff on her private, openly public server, which they hacked into. And that was so egregious that when they asked for stuff, the hackers gave them the information. That's how crazy this entire thing thing is. Stock up food, folks. Yes, apparently people are buying out stuff like crazy. I had no idea all of this was going on. But people are saying in other countries, if you're in Great Britain, if you're, since we're going to just ignore the whole Clinton thing, smoke less. Yeah, if you're overseas, stock up on stuff. People are buying, although they're not even in any sort of panic area. People are panic shopping, stocking up. You should stock up anyway. But people are literally saying that bottled water, is going not missing. What do you call it? People are buying it up to the point where it's not available in stores where they are, and we're not talking about anywhere where there should be any panic at all. But I guess whoever has made people panic. Let me tell you about that, since we want to talk about that. Are you not stocking? Smokeless. I will have you know that I'm fully stocked on everything. I have all sorts of canned goods and water filters. I don't have any money. I can't go shopping. Please donate at paypal.me/Shakaama or cash.app/$Shakaama. So, breaking news: Hillary Clinton will be deposed for the first time ever concerning her emails. She will be required to give in-person, live testimony under oath in a federal court, which has full security clearance, blah, 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 right? Lawyers for Clinton and Mills did not immediately respond to requests for comment on the judge's orders. Let's go. Oh, there's no comments on this. How are there no comments on Political about this? I wonder. That is crazy, isn't it? Me and those canned goods. Hey, the canned goods are keeping me alive. Supposedly, I'm now a vegan. If the canned goods are what you count. I don't have any money. M Swade, send me a cash app. You send me a cash app? Oh. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you, sir. That's very, very generous, and thank you. I woke up late today, and I was a little bit scared because I woke up so late and I had not taken my blood pressure, heart medication, which is supposedly a no-no. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to take that promptly at 7 a.m. and I had not done that. So I woke up with my head feeling like it was about this big. I am going through some trying times. I need about $300. Now, I need about $300 immediately. But if you want me to do a live stream, I can do my whole Shark Tank live stream, because I have a few clients who are asking me to do stuff, and I can't do it on my current equipment. As you can, I don't know, well, you can't see, but if you were sitting here, you could see that YouTube is going in and out. This whole live stream is going in and out because the equipment is so bad that it can't even process. Although I have the highest internet, the equipment doesn't process the actual information good. I don't know if I'm explaining this correctly. Anyway, so I have a thing where if you invest, I will actually give you a return because I have orders that I can't fill because the equipment is so bad. Keep the faith. Keep hope alive. What was that? Jesse Jackson? Which is ironic. Okay, question and answers. Any questions about anything? All the stories that we went over. This is all political news. Well, I actually need a brand new PC. I have a laptop. I have a laptop. So my modem that I have for the actual company is far more advanced than the actual laptop that it's plugged into. So I just need a PC capable of doing complete 3D modeling, and I'm talking and game development. So I need a workstation for a game developer. Workstation by itself isn't enough. It has to be a workstation for at the game developer level. A lot of workstations go to like level 1. I need like a level 5 type of workstation. There you go. I'm coming in quite clear right now. This is just right now. I had to take everything off of the computer. It kept going in and out. You're Johnny come lately. I stopped about 5 times during the live stream going, I lost you all. Because that's what YouTube is saying. Yeah, I took everything, I stripped everything off of the computer, so now this computer is running nothing but OBS. So it's literally not streaming anything. It's basically the cameras that's streaming. Everything else is over here on this computer, and this is like a 20-year-old computer that I'm fixing for my mother. Questions about Hillary Clinton, about Biden, about the presidential race, about Chris Matthews resigning. Smoke Less, you can't. This is a family show, Smoke Less. You can't say that stuff. I don't think people do that anymore, do they? I'm not gonna get in that discussion. I don't know. I've never done that, so that was always a joke online. But I have personally never done that, so I don't know anything about that. And no, I'm not even wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I never. The only thing I download is these pictures of. Clearly, this. I don't think Clinton is Clinton. Can we get into that without me getting canceled by YouTube? I don't think the person that you're seeing before you on the screen, I don't think that's the real person. I used to build those all the time way back in the 80s, but I can't help you now. I can't even seem to get hired. Can you believe that? The 80s? That's 40 years ago? I'm pretty sure you're retired by now. Scott, you can't pull the wool over my eyes. I can do simple math. That's 40 years ago. That's older than me. Ever thought that Hillary? What? Ever thought that Trump is getting rid of Hillary critics? Oh, to set her up for another entrance? Just gave you something on PayPal? Okay, I'll see if I still had it up on here. It'll pop up here. Thank you, Tensa Zangetsu. Bankai. You know what? I want to get so good. Here's what a lot of you people, whatever you're into, I wanted to get so good with the whole 3D modeling that I would produce my own little anime stuff and movie stuff. In fact, I have on this computer, if you want to watch it, me building a Star Wars Mos Eisley. If you want me to do that, I could do that after this live stream if you want. If y'all are into that sort of stuff, y'all like Star Wars. I haven't taken a look at it, but I could live stream it if you. I mean, in case you wanted to. I mean, if you're into Star Wars or something, yeah, little something, something, little something, something. You know. We do them. Let me warn you all. If I start crying, it has nothing to do with anything. I'm not sad. It's the medication. My body reacting to the medication. So, you're into Star Wars, Lockhart? Yeah. If y'all want me to, what's funny? I watched that. You ever watch that? You ever watch that? Those videos, those clips from live from that court where the judge is super nice judge and he's encouraging. Anyway, a lot, like 90% of the stuff makes you cry. So I go on there so I can cry and get out whatever out, because through the day I'm all stressed because I'm holding back tears from the medication. I don't know what that's about. I'm gonna go see the doctor in a few days and say you need to change this medication. It makes me sad and depressed for absolutely no reason. I'm walking around singing Adele, and then all of a sudden I'm all like, oh my God, yes, he left me. Wait, he left me? What's going on? He's holding brown babies now. Yeah, the Italian judge guy. Bloomberg, I'm here for you, Bloomberg. If you want to pay for me to market for you to the black community, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. If you want to pay for me to market to the black community, I will certainly. I mean, who else but a very articulate black man can speak to the black community for you? I'm the one for you. And I'm pretty cheap. $1,000 an hour. That's very cheap. Would anyone let him hold their precious one? Judge. No, not Judge Mathis. No. The Italian judge. Live from... Oh, I'm sure I have it somewhere here. Here we go. Caught in Providence, Rhode Island. It's the Italian judge. Caught in Providence. I seen the first one when Star Wars came out. It was great. Not like today. The last one I seen had me wondering what was that. Is that his name? I don't know his name. His personal name. Hold on, Mom. I'm gonna, I'm gonna, I'm gonna. What's going on here? Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Frank Caprio. Frank Caprio. That's what we're talking. Live from Providence, caught in Providence, and the woman came on, and this one really got me. Uh, where it got me on two levels because of whatever this whatever this medication is doing to my body. It was kind of like this woman. She came on, and they were like, "You have a ticket, but we have." Upon researching the light, you had already entered into the intersection when the light turned red, so we're gonna excuse the ticket. And she said, "Okay." And then she started. I'm not gonna. I better not burst out into tears. She burst out into tears, and they were like, What's wrong?" They were like, "She's like, I just had a baby. It's the postpartum. It's not you. It's not everything." And he goes, "Am I making you nervous?" She was like, "Yes, I'm sorry, but but that's not it. It has nothing to do with you all. I'm just I have postpartum, so please, I'm sorry for crying." So that's kind of, but I'm a man, so I have the training to not cry. So Lord, uh, but you're in menopause. Uh, they aren't pool feet. What happened? What? How did that not? Dan Jones, come on. Jesus, come on. Uh, but my mother also told me she went through that, and I believe that's why she had only one child. I told her yesterday she needs to adopt a child so they could be my brother or sister. Even at my age. She says, "Why would I want to do that?" I go, "Because I don't have that hole filled for me. And I really feel that hole. I think you feel it more when you're an adult than you are when you're a child. When you're a child, it's brother, sister, classmate kind of feels the same thing. But as you get older and making friends gets harder and harder and harder, especially if you don't do a job that where you're surrounded by people. Also, let me tell you, a lot of YouTubers go through depression. There, I'll probably get completely demonetized from that. Well, the pills have estrogen in them. You know what? I had the nurse say, "Why do you care about that?" And I go, "What are you talking about?" Because I said, I read the reports on the actual stuff that I'm taking, and it depletes you as a man. And the nurse practitioner, so she's a stand-in for a doctor, said, "Why do you care about that?" I said, "Because I'm a man. I don't need to be depleted as a man." Would you want to be depleted as a woman? Would you want your normal cycle of being a woman completely erased? I don't think you do. I don't know what that was about. They're gonna have an Amber Alert for that baby. I'm assuming the baby belongs to the woman next to him, or maybe the guy. I don't know. You act like I'm ancient. I'm 57 years old. That's not old. Uh, you said 80. We're in 2020. That, sir, is 40 years. Were you fixing computers when you were 10? I guess you could fix computers when you're 17, but okay. Dude, did you just see that Biden rally at Gillies in Dallas? It just ended. It was pathetic. No, and I can't show anything because what's going on? I swear they okay, so this one, let me turn off any sound. Let me turn off all sound. All sound. What am I looking for? Turn off all sound. YouTube intentionally does this. As much as I get on you all for not supporting me, not assisting me, not helping me, YouTube does its very best to make absolutely sure. So the way they have it set up, the way they have it, I'm pretty smart. I guess you all can tell I'm pretty smart. So I can tell. Say I have 3,000 or so videos. That's a huge backlog of videos, which means at any given moment, I should have thousands and thousands and thousands of views each and every hour. What YouTube has done, is to suppress the views of the backlog. So literally, a video of mine will not be seen for after 3 or 4 days. Not seen at all. The people that get millions and millions of views all the time, on their third day, then they're at 1 million. Then they're at 2 million. Then they're at 5 million. Then they're at 10 million. PewDiePie gets 100,000 the first day, and then he gets into the millions on the succeeding days. Mine is the opposite. I get the most views the very first hour, and then it dies off intentionally by YouTube. However, and this is what I keep trying to explain to people, watch the whole thing so that there's different computers that do different things. I want to escape that computer, but I can never escape the computer because people don't watch the videos all the way through. If people watch the video all the way through, I could escape that first computer that suppresses all of my views. Literally, I've seen my views, like I'm watching now, go from 100 and drops to 20. 100 and drops to 20. How's that possible? Did 80 people all of a sudden just decide, okay, I'm going to stop watching? No. And I have 75,000 subscribers. That literally means that the computer makes absolutely sure that the people don't see my videos. Anyway, do y'all want me to do another? Well, I'd have to do that on that computer though. On that computer. Lockhart, go ahead. Give me Since you're always complaining. Give me the link to your YouTube channel right now. Come on. Come on. In fact, everybody in chat, give me a link to everybody in chat right now. Give me a link to your YouTube channel. I guess if you're a YouTuber. If you're not a YouTuber, give me a link to your Twitter. Everybody, give me your, come on, link to your channel. Okay, well, the stream is long, so people not reacting means that you're not going to see this for something like two minutes or something like that. Everybody, give me a link to your YouTube channel, or if you're not a YouTube person, your Twitter. Come on. Do. I'll sing until I see him. Link to your channel. Link to your channel. Okay, let me see. Y'all don't know how to do a link? Ugh, you all are terrible. Link! Do you know what a link is? Oh my god. 2 months ago? Bruh, what? 2 months ago? 3 months ago? 4 months ago? 5 months ago? You don't have a YouTube channel. You have a video depository. You got to put up a video every day. But I'll go ahead and subscribe. Look at that. I'm subscribing, people. Look at that. Hold on. Okay. Link. I got to go out. Hold on. Link. Link. You just listen. Okay. And I don't YouTube. Okay. How are the wholesome sim people doing? Oh, you saw that live stream too? Oh, my wholesome town of wholesome people. I can't seem to. YouTube is really so they're not pro YouTuber. So on Twitch, you can click on somebody's name and you could do a whole host of stuff. You could make them your friend. You could look at their channel. You could do and the person doesn't have to do anything, which means that you have some internal on-board marketing of the person all by themselves without them having to do anything. YouTube makes absolutely sure you do absolutely nothing. The only thing that I can click on is to ban you, silence you, forget you. They are not pro whatever at all. What is it saying? I'm an anonymous keynote. There you go. Make sure everybody thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment section when it goes live, or you could leave it now, I guess. So we have 3 breaking news. We have Chris Matthews left hardball as of a few hours ago. Pete Buttigieg and Amy Klobuchar dropped out of their race and endorsed Joe Biden as the front runner to oppose Bernie Sanders, not to be president of the United States, but to oppose Bernie Sanders, which means that literally the Democratic Party doesn't quite have their head screwed on straight because they don't have an actual positive message. Their message has been this entire time: defeat Trump. Trump is bad. That's it. Can anybody name for me anything that the Democrats have actually positively said? Let's see here. But you're so funny. Is a distraction? No, I think Hillary Clinton. That story is. I think that story is the main event that people have been waiting for. And I guess I need to tell you all that that was the whole point. The real distraction was the impeachment, because the Department of Justice is investigating all of the people in Congress, especially involved with the Mueller report. Because that wasn't just a Mueller report. It wasn't just a very innocent. We thought we saw something. That was an actual attempt to remove a president of the United States out of office and fabricating information surrounding it. And all of the people who were involved with that are being investigated. So then you have those people that are being investigated then turn around and go, oh, we're going to impeach him. And the impeachment was the real distraction. Because the Democratic Party it's in shambles, and the Congress people are being investigated, the senators and the House of Representatives, they're being investigated, and the impeachment was a full and complete distraction of that investigation, just to throw everybody off the tracks. Because what in the nation, in the United States, what other story could they be talking about except for the impeachment? Nothing would trump, no pun intended, a story about impeaching a president. Which means that would suck up all of the air out of the room, and nobody would have time to be talking about the investigation into all of the attempted overthrow of the U.S. government by certain players in Congress and players who aren't in Congress, and the people behind the scenes and behind the scenes, right? So that was a distraction. The Clinton thing is not a distraction. The Clinton thing has been coming because that was also being investigated from day one of Trump assuming the presidency. They have been investigating her the entire time. Let's take a look here. And support to Hillary. Right, a lot of people saying that he's gonna, when the Democrats, of course, defeat him, that he's gonna turn around and then endorse whoever is gonna be the front runner, supposedly the pick. I don't know how to get my lick. So there's a video. You just simply go to your channel and copy the channel address and put it into the... Come on, cuz. I feel that all these actors get together in front of the owl out in California Grove and discuss what's going to happen 4 times a year. Oh, I had no chance once she got... Oh, is she? I had no idea. They are all actors. Ask Juicy Smollett. He tried to tell us. You can't hear? Can other people hear? Okay, so the question is, do you want me to watch me do modeling modeling of modeling there we go. Let's see here. No, I think the Hillary Clinton thing is an actual an actual I can't believe that didn't do well. Hillary Clinton is the actual story that we've been waiting for. We don't have it? What? What's going on here? Here we go. Hold on, I'm trying to rearrange my life here because YouTube does everything to not. Okay. I have to do all of myself myself. But it's okay. I know how to do it. It should be like 1,000 views, but okay, whatever. Okay, what are we doing? What are we doing? What's going on now? All right, so there we go. All right, let's give a shout out to people. Hello, Lockhart Perspective, Smoke Less, Scott, Dan Penn. Dan Penn, how you say you got money? You want no you. I said invest, and you said you want money. Let's see here. Smoke Less, I already said that. Furacon Emporium, Tinza Zengets, OG Bozgal, Your Game Streaming, hashtag Your Game Streaming, okay. And then we had a troll visit us. Johnny Rocket 73. Amsway, Shad Dirac, Ironwork 92,000. What? Alexandros Sirambidis. Okay. Got that. By the Dawn's Early Light. Thank you for coming out. Sheila Villi. Okay. All right. CD. The Organic Veil Radio, CNC Music Factory. There you have it. There you have it. Just getting everybody a shout out. Can I get a thumbs up? How's this thing? This thing is. I guess on at this end. So what did it end up being? 430. Okay. Really? Okay. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look here. I want to get this to 1,000. So, all right. So Chris Matthews had to step down from Hardball because he gave a compliment to a woman. Chris Matthews is 74 years old. Chris Matthews is 74 years old. Him complimenting a woman, I do not believe, should ever constitute anything other than him speaking. And if any woman thinks a 74-year-old man is gonna do something to them, kick him in the shins and watch him crumble. Watch his hip break. But everybody's the victim. Right? Oh my God! This ancient man said hello to me. Oh my God! Oh my! So the real story is, he told Elizabeth Warren that she should step down and let Joe Biden take over because she has zero chance because she's polling at 3% in the polls now. That's the real story, right? Gregory Bell, how are you doing? What's my schedule? This is getting out of hand. So Chris Matthews, who's been on Hardball for 25 years. So then he says something to Elizabeth Warren, and then some writer from GQ magazine, which is not a real periodical. I'm sorry to tell you that. You're not hard-hitting news. I am not hard-hitting news. People watch me. People used to get their actual daily news from me back in the day. I was the Jon Stewart of YouTube back in the day. No joke. People used to actually get their... But I'm not hard-hitting news. I'm sorry, GQ Magazine. I'm sorry, BuzzFeed. Nobody takes you seriously. And so, within 2 days, he was canceled. He had to resign today. He had to come on air and say, this is the last day of Hardball. Because I gave a woman a compliment. I'm 74 years old. I can barely walk. But some woman felt so threatened. Oh my God, this man said my makeup looked nice. Oh my God. Give me a break. Please stop it. Just have a seat. Chill out. And either you are a woman and you're all power and you're powerful and you're independent, or you are upset that a man gave you a compliment. So you can't be both. You can't be both. So please stop. Because you're confusing me. And I'm smarter than most people in the United States. I'm probably smarter than 90% of the people in the United States. I'm not going to go to 99. But 90% of the... I'm smarter than 90%. And you're confusing me. And you're not as smart as I am. But you say, Chris Matthew complimented me. I'm going to go sit on my chaise lounge and faint. He needs to be fired from Hardball Politics. The writer from GQ magazine. You're not a real person. Stop it. Come on. Elizabeth Warren, if you really wanted to fire Chris Matthews because he said the truth to you, the Hardball guy, because the name of the show is called Hardball, don't go in Hardball. How about that? And I'm not even a Chris Matthews fan. Don't go in Hardball and then complain that he asked you some hard questions or he said some hard stuff to you. You can't be both. You can't be victim and all-powerful woman. You can't be both. Either you're a child or you're an adult. Either you are a lauded author and a reporter in GQ magazine, joke magazine, or you are just what was the name of that movie? Average white girl, or whatever that is, right? And you're into buying shoes and purses and getting free drinks off of men at the club. You can't be both. So please stop it. And cancel culture, you all need to stop it too. I wish you were hard hitting news at least weekly. Well, this normally people don't even watch me, so I stopped doing politics because it died up. Especially after YouTube kicked in of making absolutely sure nobody watched independent reporters or any of that stuff, right? Because they have all of these. What is going on? They have all of these. Please take that picture down. Y'all are funny. Y'all are funny. What happened? What happened? Did I get it? Did I get what? Did you put a link somewhere? Yeah. So once YouTube signed the contract with all the big newspapers, news media, they started putting a lock on all of the independent reporters. So people like me literally went to like zero overnight. You have the realist statistics on millennials and marriage, as well as the social. So the dog's looking at the ghost again. What are you looking at? What are you looking at? Okay, the other one was Klobuchar and Pete. I'm just going to say Pete because I'm going to mess up his name and I'm going to say something like a swear word or something that I don't really say. Endorsed Biden. They closed out their campaigns, endorsed Biden for Super Tuesday, which is what I think they were told to do anyway. A video? I didn't see a video. I didn't see anything. I'm not gonna say. I'm just gonna call him Pete. Pete. Why a grown man wants to be called Pete in the first place? Just like Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer, you're like 3,000 years old. Come on, get off of this. Why are they saying I have less views than I have, and I have more views than anyway? YouTube is messing up here. You just go to your channel, copy the address, and then paste the address in the chat. Come on now. Come on, cuz. What happened now? I ain't voting. What? Anyway, so they dropped out the race and endorsed Joe Biden before Super Tuesday. I'm sure they were told to. Pete Buttigieg has millions and millions and millions of dollars in campaign finance from the intelligence community. He didn't run out of money. He was told, get out the race. I don't know why he was in the race in it to begin with. I guess to give the inclusive crowd a night, the idea that they're actually a part of the Democratic Party. I'm sorry to tell you, but they're not. There you have it. Shaq, do you know who owns YouTube? Google? What do you mean? Yeah, who was recently placed over YouTube's monitoring content? Oh, the southern people. Southern somebody. Them people in the South. The people that called Dr. Ben Carson or Secretary Carson radical. The guy who literally falls asleep at a presidential debate. Oh. Come on, Christian Lawler. Can't you troll better than that? Ever heard of... That actually sounds like a make-believe name. That sounds like a make-believe. Actively involved in hip-hop. He's whiter than me. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's giving the finger? Dude, stay in your lane. You're like 95 years old. Stay in your lane. That's a fake name, isn't it? Leor Cohen? Oh, is he one of the Cohen brothers? Is that what's going on? Strong and brave. Christian missed the meaty parts. Hamburgers. By the way, that Lent song was beautiful. Oh, thanks. I was planning to do like 50 songs that day, but when you start like almost fainting from standing for 15 minutes, for all of you people say, just go get a job, then you get some money. Yeah. I couldn't do the 50 songs. I couldn't do that song. I was huffing and I practiced once, and the practice was much better than the actual performance. And did the performance, and then I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. This Christian Lawler, troll better. Come on, I believe in you. Come on, I'm an actual good troll. Oh no, they might fire me from hardball if Christian turns me in. What perplexes you, Christian? Uh, he can't troll better. That's what he's perplexed by. Christian, for the record, I don't mind you trolling. That's fine with me. People worried about everybody, but the I don't even can I don't even know if I can say that name. 50 songs. Slow down there, brother. That's too much. Too fast for me. it was it was one day, and I thought I would get all the views if I sang 50 songs. So I said, okay, I'm going to sing all of these songs. I watched The Voice and America's Got Talent and X Factor and the voice world of the people literally getting on stage yodeling, "Oh, hello, it's me. I was wondering, why don't people turn their chairs around?" And the people overseas click their chair, and the chair doesn't turn around because they're in a third world country. That mean? That's rude. I'm canceled. Am I canceled? I missed the free rock show. Yeah, don't block Christian. I'm a pro troll. I'm like in token troll mode. Okay. I'm not blocking anybody. In fact, I never block anybody. YouTube takes out bad words. Actually, YouTube takes out sentences that apparently people don't agree with, which means like YouTube actually censors chat. I don't know if you all know this. So I sit over here and I can see everything, and it'll say, "Do you agree? Will you allow this message to go through?" And it's even a message saying, "Hi, Shakaama." I'm like, how is that a bad comment? I don't understand. That's how you stop a troll? Tell them to troll harder? I try and give the trolls a fine masterclass in trolling. You see, I don't like to see mediocre trolling. I want to see expert trolling. Or the super duper. I don't like it, but the super duper trolling is just to give you a masterclass in trolling right quick is where you say complimentary stuff, blah 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 blah, to the point where the person is like so like your best friend, and then you reverse it and say the most horrible stuff that you can think of about the person. That I've seen draw people to tears. So that's a master class in trolling. So you do a whole bunch of compliments, and I mean real personal compliments, like I saw your video about your mom the other day, and all that was just so fantastic. My heart goes out to you, but like real personal compliments, and then you reverse it. I believe in magic that's called the what is that called? The it's not the long con. It's but it's kind of like the long con, but it's the dashed hope, something like that. The dashed hope or something like that. Did I get it? What do you mean get? Are you posting it here? I said everybody post the link to your YouTube channel if you are a YouTuber right now. I'll wait. Even if they block, they should be able. I have to go on a break for right quick. Okay. Oh, welcome. Hello. Christian, you can't say bad words. Oh my God. Well, you all may know that I'm not very well, and I've been sick anyway. What are they doing? Oh, they're lowering all the other stuff. This is what I was talking about. So, they lower all the other views on the channel to compensate the views that I actually get. That's YouTube. So they stop the other videos from getting views just to make sure that my levels uh, stay suppressed. Uh, I've been introducing others to the color of law lately. No bad words. Yeah, I can't control that. That's YouTube. Shaq, you look like Rasta Snoopy. I don't know what that means, but okay. Thank you. Absolutely, thank you. Check your mic. I have literally nothing. Nothing else is nothing else is actually on, so there should not be any echo. Got a warning today from YouTube of what? Oh, they removed the link. Put the link on. Put the link on my community page on my actual channel. There you go. That's how you get around that. Sound quality is perfect right now. Thank you all very much. Hey, Admiral Marciniak. uh, I listen to Shakaama channel to rest my mind and chill, but I like the heavy hitting truth bombs dropping. Let me see. Yeah, just go to my, you know how you all always comment on my community page on my actual channel? There you go. There you go. Oh. YouTube and its infinite wisdom of what to do. Okay, so after this live stream, we're going to have another live stream, and apparently I'm going to be designing Moss Eisley. So this is what I was talking about in the people who want to invest. I have a whole bunch of clients, but my equipment is terrible, so I won't be able to fulfill the clients, or I won't, or it'll take ages and ages and ages, and the clients might just go away for 3D modeling and game modeling for other people, right? So you all see my models and stuff, and I've been trying to share some of them. I noticed that they don't get as many clicks and comments as the other stuff. But the speaking of which, let me remove this. There's no need for that. And I said the people who want to invest, so I can buy better equipment, better computer. I need a top-notch workstation for 3D modeling and game design. And so the people who invest specifically for that will get a return on the investment. So I'm going to make a whole video just on that. So I said I could do I could do a live stream after this because I got a model of Mos Eisley from Star Wars. If you're into Star Wars, and I could I work for Google. No, I don't. The keyboard sounds small. Yeah. What did Christian say something? You look like Raz G. I don't know what that is. Joe Biden smooches his. What the wow? Ugh. Very not cash money. I don't know what. Hello, children. It's Unky Biden. So if you want to, I should really condition and wash and condition and get an oil treatment for my hair. That takes a lot of work. And then to dry it out takes like a day. Women, do you all go through this? I don't have one of those. Do they still have the big dryer that you sit on top of your head and it dries your hair? I need to go to a salon. So the top story, the lead story is Hillary Clinton will be deposed. Will have to sit for live testimony under oath by a federal judge. U.S. District Judge, District Court Royce Lamberth issued the order Monday in connection with a 5.5-year-old Freedom of Information Act lawsuit brought to you by Judicial Watch. So Politico, this is from Politico, so this is not from Fox News. Politico calls Judicial Watch a conservative group. Judicial Watch, the conservative group, they're not a conservative group. They're just Judicial Watch. I don't think they have internal politics at all. Before you go, Shakaama, David Voss is suggesting Pendragon, who's bloodline in that. What are my thoughts? What? Well, I'm bald, so I'm good to go all day. Our feature presentation. The government takes a little bit of time to do almost anything, so I don't know what I'm supposed to be be sure to give a thumbs up, Christian Lawler. Isn't there somebody named Lawler? Who's Lawler? What's the difference between Hillary and Joe? Actually, there's not much of a difference between Hillary and Joe, and if anybody wanted to tell the truth, there would be no way that Joe Biden would even be running for president because he's got Hmm. Jerry the King Lawler. What's your stand in consuming dairy products? Well, we have the actual organic raw dairy is good for you. So stuff that's made in like Europe. We have all sorts of laws here in the United States that makes dairy almost toxic to you. And some people would say not just almost toxic, but what happened? Sanders 2002. There you go. There you have it. Oh, she did give me a bag of. uh, and I want to say to Michael Bloomberg, if you want me to advertise for you, Michael Bloomberg, I'm your guy. Just a cool 50,000 per video. I am your guy. Smooth talking, articulate, handsome, black, third-year law school student, investigative reporter, hard-hitting facts, hard-hitting stories. 50,000 a video. Come on, let's do this. Let's do this. Why am I munching? We should have movie night. I'm your guy. You want to hold black babies? I can hold black babies, and nobody will ever question it. When you hold black babies, people question it. They go, is he going to eat that baby? I'm your guy. I don't know what that. I don't know what that word is, so I'll let that slide. YouTube doesn't like it. Anyway. We can all get a payout if that happens. Yeah. 50,000 a video. I'm gonna need some marketing people. I'm gonna need me some managers and some associates and some first captains, second captains, key grips, cameramen. Yeah, we could all get paid out. You see, I'm trying to be funny. I don't think I'm funny. People say I'm funny, but I don't know what. But would movie night raise copyright concerns? Depends how you do the movie night. There is a YouTube channel, and it's like 6 or 7 people sitting on a couch watching movies, and then they comment during the movie, and apparently that avoids copyright. The last YouTube lawsuit that happened over copyright, the judge came right out and said, "You didn't have to talk. You don't have to talk. This whole idea that you have to say something, you have to no. You just have to transform the material into something that it wasn't before. So the guy had taken a bunch of clips, and the clips all played together presented a completely story that was completely different from any of the individual clips, right? So you understood what the guy was saying, and he said nothing. He said that was perfectly okay because he had adequately transformed it. You could literally paint a painting yellow, and they say, okay, that's that you transformed it. So this whole idea of you have to bend over backwards and blah 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 that YouTube sort of takes, and YouTube, who's in the back pocket of Hollywood, takes, is not true legally. The legal requirement is simply that you transform it. And they say, and by definition, the news, by definition, completely avoids copyright simply by appearing on the news show, because news is a part of the U.S. Constitution. So we know that anything presented by in a sort of news show or reported on in a report, by definition, under U.S. Constitution, is completely devoid of any sort of copyright infringement or anything like that. You don't have a Dark Goth 67 Shakaama for president. Shakaama for HUD America. We used to watch movies slightly at all time. It's 8:30 in L.A. Okay. Patent pending, save Hillary for president. They keep. So they're saying that the whole Hillary is going to be the vice presidential pick of my boy Mike Bloomberg. They said, "Oh no, that was a hoax." And then they first said there was a Hillary hoax, and then Hillary Clinton came out and said, "Oh, I didn't say that." And then said, "Well, maybe it's a Mike Bloomberg leaked that to the press." Whatever it was leaked to the press. It wasn't just on Twitter. It was leaked to the actual press. And the press reported on it. But of course, they always go back and reverse everything and say, oh no, that was a internet. Because nobody fell for it. Nobody cared. A Shaq for the face of Burger King. I actually, look at that jawline, huh? Maybe this vegan stuff is working out here. You can go back just a couple of weeks ago and see a video where I appeared and see that I look like Bloomberg has the same turtle face thing going on that McConnell got. Christian Waller, first of all, I knew you weren't a real troll, first of all, because you're really bad at being a troll. And I knew, and this proves it right here, that you were somebody attempting to pretending to be a troll when in fact, because the first thing you said trollish was political in nature, which is the average Joe wouldn't talk about. So I'm on to you. I look terrible. I used to be a stud, and now he thinks he's still a stud. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Shaq is officially on you. I said on to you. On to you, not on you. Have a face for radio. Mm. Shakaama for RNC moderator in Charlotte, North Carolina. RNC moderator? Who's going to moderate? Ha! Christian said kick. I told you I'm on to you. I got my eye on you. I know. On to you, tomato, tomato. You know who I love when foreigners try and say American colloquialisms? I'm trying not to spit all over the place. Have a mouthful of fruit. A mouthful of nuts and fruits. you you just swigged your beer with Shaq? Shaq does not indulge in beer. So that, of course, was water. Okay, so finally, not finally, but stock up on all of your canned goods because people are going crazy. Let me give you opposing viewpoints. So, the House Democrats criticized the president for his lack of confronting the coronavirus. Well, it turns out that the CDC briefed the House to say that the CDC was already, at the request of the president, getting onto the coronavirus and forming a group and blah, 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 blah. So the criticism of the president from House Democrats came after that briefing, which of course meant that the criticism was in fact a lie. Then pictures came out showing the meeting that they were having concerning the coronavirus. And they said, oh, all of the people in the room are white. Because you can't win with them House Democrats. And then they said, the president isn't doing enough for the coronavirus. Hold on. That's after the president shut down the borders for certain groups and certain countries and certain stuff. To which they said, shutting down the borders is not a part of diversity. Criticizing the president. You're doing too much. You're overacting. You're overreacting to the coronavirus. And so now we stand here today and we have that the president adequately formed a thing early on, weeks ago, shut down the border to protect American citizens. And then it came out in the news that you had a couple of people actually succumb to it. Well, then it came out that, oh, maybe it wasn't that the people actually succumbed to it, that actually the people were actually already sick and debilitated. They just so happened to also get the coronavirus. But everybody else who doesn't have anything else going on with their life and their health are fine. Released from hospital, except for like one guy or something like that. Why is this one? Emporium? Why would they think? I don't understand. Zero testing is being done. Supposedly the CDC and it's not the CDC, it's another health agency. Apparently the government has, like, for every agency that we know about, the government has like 12 other agencies that do the same exact thing that we don't know about. This is why they spend billions of dollars each year. So in places where there is no actual, or there shouldn't be any sort of hysteria concerning the coronavirus, people are purchasing as if they were in an emergency situation to such a degree that water is not available in places. Any sort of quote unquote emergency stuff, which falls into everyday stuff for a lot of people. Missing, shelves being emptied, and people are purchasing. People can't get their daily or weekly purchases from the grocery stores in areas that have absolutely nothing to do with the virus at all. You have places, I know one of the first people on here said that they were from Great Britain, that you have spots in Great Britain where they have completely emptied out supermarkets and stuff, and there's not a person even sick in the entire area. Now, who does that serve? Well, I guess that serves domestic partners. I'm sure it doesn't serve, external trading partners, but maybe it serves external trading partners to that particular area, who ultimately would. So maybe that's what it is. But as far as the actual health problem that this particular virus is actually supposedly promoting, they have said the common everyday flu is much worse and has a much worse handling of it than this actual virus, because this virus has killed, I hope I don't get demonetized over that, people over 50 or something like that. For the most part, nobody's really affected by it. If you do regular stuff that you should be doing anyway in a first world nation, as for washing your hands, making sure that you eat off of clean plates and clean utensils, and clean your body, and don't hang around, Skid Row. Smoke less. Oh my God. The movie Contagion. or outbreak. Y'all know Americans overreact at everything. But it's not just Americans, this is all over the world. So, like, Australia is buying out stores. Northern England is buying out stores. You don't have the nobody's even have a sniffles. Yeah, what's the flu? What is the actual flu? Uh, and then they were criticizing the president for not knowing that on a yearly basis, the pneumonia and the is flu and pneumonia, is that the same thing, or is those two different things? Uh, Takes out something like 30,000 people or something like that, which is crazy. And then when you start looking into that, then you start looking into that the lifestyles of those people. This is what they don't want to talk about. Who is succumbing to pneumonia in the United States? We could have a complete city of the future. I know I talk about robots, but I know about way more technology than that. You can have solar sidewalks, solar roads, cars that run on solar that would never have to be charged ever because the car is actually running off of the road and the sidewalk. And people could walk around on the sidewalk with their cell phones that would never have to be charged because as you're walking in public, everything is constantly charging your stuff. I know that there is no possible way that in these United States you're supposed to be able to succumb to the flu, pneumonia. Then you have to start taking a look at their lifestyle, and this is what they refuse to do. Don't look at anybody's lifestyle. We don't want to cast judgment on people's lifestyle. Well, when you have a stat where 30,000 people are taken out by the pneumonia, I think you should just start taking a look at their lifestyle. What's going on? Because that is crazy. We're in the first world. We're not in 12th century England. We're not in 14th century Paris. Virus lives on a paper and TV screen? Oh, okay. Sure, all right. Well, yeah, I guess they're not with a portable radio that takes batteries. The sniffles, yes, the sniffles. I'm in Northern England. I've seen nothing. Have you been to some of the people streaming said I could not go to my local grocery store because they've been cleaned out in Northern England. ESP Power. Actual streamers are saying this. For the flu, okay. Oh, for last year, okay. What happened? What? Dan Penn, you're not family friendly. What are you doing? Canned goods and fast food, man. All right, so they're saying there's no need. First of all, there's no need for the hysteria because we have a much. And as far as China is concerned, not to say anything bad about China, China also has a much more serious issue with pneumonia and the flu. Much more serious issue. And yet, there's no panic over that. And even comparing the two, much more serious issue. No quarantining of any cities, any villages. Much orders of magnitude of much more serious issue with pneumonia in China. Orders of magnitude. The amount of people that succumb to it in China would mean that entire cities would be wiped out in the United States because of how many people as far as the population, if we compare the population to the population, right? Dan Pan, what's going on with you, brother? What is Dan Pan? You okay? Yes, they shut down the villages because of coronavirus. But the flu in China is orders of magnitude far more serious. And they never shut down any villages because of that. Never. And we never shut our borders down because of that. And you have the mainstream media come out and say, "Oh, this really serious virus, the coronavirus, oh, super serious, super serious." And then we have actual doctors come out and say, "I don't know what they're talking about. They're just calling it super serious. The flu is way far more serious." I just lit a cigarette. You shouldn't be smoking. Smoking's bad for you. Come on. You have the Surgeon General warning. Do we still have a black Surgeon General? Dr. Ben Carson didn't take the Surgeon General position, which I would have liked. You know it's bad when they summon Ben Carson to testify before Congress, and he's just like, anyway. He has that jaded attitude of talking to Democrats in Congress. You're like, oh, is it just that serious, Dr. Carson? So is hypertension. Yep, hypertension. What is it? Number 2, number 1, right? Much more serious. Much more, way more serious. In fact, doctor slash hospital incompetence. What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? What's the PC term I'm looking for? Doctor incompetence is, what is it? Number 3 in the nation. Dan, what are you doing? Ben Carson is Droopy the dog. Yeah, and then he gets before Congress. He's all like, "I don't have time to be messing around with you people." What happened now? Malpractice? Yes, malpractice. Malpractice. But they call it something else. Something more common. Something more, how do you say? But it's something like incompetence, but uh, Dan, I don't care about your personal activities. What are you doing? See, this is see, Christian, could you school Dan for me? He needs some schooling. He needs some learning. Some whoopsie. Oh, whoops, I left a sponge in you. Oh, I thought I was getting fat. Malfeasance is a common word with me. Dan Penn, you're like the people on Facebook who talk about stuff absolutely nobody cares about. What happened now? Anyway, bottom line is health professionals are saying that this coronavirus is not as serious. And if we're going to go after the coronavirus, then we should then implement and institute stuff and policies to help the 20,000 people that succumb to pneumonia yearly. So we should have a national policy that would completely combat all of that stuff. And if we're going to be serious, we're going to be serious for all of it. For the stuff that is a real serious issue. China doesn't even care about pneumonia or the flu or whatever. Christian, handle my lightweight. Now, of course, I don't mean to talk badly about people with corona. It's just that the policy to combat coronavirus is the same exact policy to combat pneumonia and the flu. Same exact policy. No difference. And the lifestyle change that people need to make will change their exposure level and handling of it completely. One to one. A one to one. Smoke glass. I don't know if I'm supposed to I know there's some curse words that YouTube completely allows. In fact, that I've heard. Hold on. I don't curse at all. So there are words that I consider curse words. Other people don't even consider it to be a curse word at all. So YouTube themselves say in their videos stuff that I believe to me is a curse word, but they come out and say it, but then they flag other words that are curse words that they themselves commonly use. So I don't know what to do. Hope I don't get pulled over on my bike. Christian, I thought you were handling Dan. What is up with this? What am I paying you for? No, I don't curse. I'm not going to read out your curse words, sir. Okay, so if you give me 30 minutes, I will reset the stream. And I'm not going to promise anything. I'm going to take a look at this Star Wars thing. And hopefully Disney doesn't come and send special agents after me and shut down my stream or anything like that. But it's stuff made by somebody else who doesn't even work for Disney, not actually involved in the project. And hopefully people will donate when they see how terrible my computer acts around something that I'm trying to build. Anyway. How does it feel to not curse when your government is trying to kill you every day? Don't take your clothes off. Oh, Dan, take your clothes off. I thought you said don't take. Telling me don't take my clothes off. I was like, Dan, I want to be close to you. I got you with 20? I don't know what that means. The MIB? Yeah. I'm crashing. When a Disney ad pops up, I hit the do not show this ad and V report it as an inappropriate. Because depending on if you're like me, you know that it is in fact inappropriate, right? Now it's supposed to be that all these people chatting and all of this, all these like people clicking like is supposed to get the robot to go out and get more people to watch the stream, but they do not. In fact, they're lowering the stream, which is crazy, and they're okay. I'm not understanding. Is going sideways. Anyway, so I'm gonna shut down the stream, and I'm gonna come back in 20 minutes or 10 to 20 minutes, whenever I get it done, and we're going to watch me do some Star Wars 3D modeling. Okay, so if you're interested in Star Wars, it might be boring if you're short attention span. It might be boring. So I do warn you about that. So otherwise, I'd like to take a look at it, and if that doesn't work, well, I have a cyberpunk stuff, modeling stuff that I could take a look at too. So we could take a look at that too. Hmm. Dan, Dan, do not tell people where you are located on live, live, chat, live, whatever, on the internet. All right, here we go. Thank you all. Thank you all. Whoever's leaving, whoever's not going to come back to the next stream. Thank you all for watching me. I appreciate everything. I appreciate the donations. I need about 300 more. Appreciate all the donations. I'm in a very bad position here. I probably actually need 600, but I'm spinning wheels. I'm spinning plates to try and get to not depend on people's donation, because that's what somebody said. Don't depend on people's donations, because people suck. Then they won't donate. They won't. Not. You can't ask them for $20. Anyway, but hopefully, heads up, Dan and Christian won't be back. Christian said he'd come back because he loves his little shakawacky. Okay, thank you all for watching.